Gloucester began the 125th season at Kingsholm. Leicester Tigers were the visitors to kick off the new Aviva Premiership season. In a match between English rugby's old rivals, it was a new face who opened up the scoring. Scottish international Matt Scott, the beneficiary of some great passing between the backs, despite a suspicion of a forward pass by himself and the leader. Playing against his younger brother in the 10 position, Freddie Burns created Leicester's first try. With a deft kick there, another new signing, JP Peterson, gathered, before offloading to Manu Tuilagi, who scored. Leicester were back in the home side's 22, but a loose pass by Matthew Tate gave Charlie Sharples an opportunity to stretch his legs, to score underneath the posts. Laidlaw converted before adding an extra 3 points minutes later. After opening the scoring, it was Matt Scott's try that closed the half, this time dotting down on the opposite wing after great work by Welsh international Ross Moriarty to release him. 24-7 at the half, and the home supporters must have wondered if they were watching the same team that they'd followed last season. Gloucester carried on where they left off in the second half. Peter Beetham, this time the culprit, as the Tigers gifted Gloucester an opportunity, in which Henry Purdy took with both hands and Gloucester had their bonus point to score. With a score at 31-7 to the home side, the Tigers finally woke up. Freddie Burns' pass opened up the gap for Brendan O'Connor, whose beautiful offload found Springbok Peterson to score. Leicester were back in their opponent's 22 and were not going to leave without points. Scrum half Sam Harrison joining the Tigers maul to capitalise on Matt Kovacic's dismissal to the sin bin minutes earlier. And with a conversion and a penalty just before the hour mark, the deficit was only 7 points. With less than 5 minutes remaining, the ball bounced in Leicester's favour, with the placement Ben Young's kick landing in JP Peterson's hands, who returned the favour and left an easy run-in for Brendan O'Connor. Sam Harrison's conversion leaving the scores level. With the game in the balance, it was man of the match Sam Harrison who had the final word. The scrum half, who'd moved to the fly half position, found himself back in a Tigers maul and managed to ground the ball on the line in the final play of the game, his conversion rubbing salt in the home side's wounds. The final score in a thrilling match at Kingsholm: Gloucester 31, Leicester Tigers 38.
Newcastle and Sale went head-to-head at Kingston Park in round 1 of the new Aviva Premiership season. Round 22 of the last campaign saw the two teams face off in the corresponding fixture, with the Sharks coming out on top. But it's been all change at the AJ Bell over the summer, and that was clear in the early stages. Steve Diamond's men struggling to deal with the power of the new Falcons man, Berenike Goneva. The home side couldn't get over the try line though, and had to settle for an early Mike Delaney penalty. Sale new boy AJ McGinty then levelled the scores on 20 minutes before Newcastle finally made their dominance tell. Sonotti blighted by injury last season with the opening try in the corner. Delaney spot on with the conversion, leaving it 10-3 at the break. Another Delaney penalty early in the second half had the home fans excited, but that excitement was short-lived when Sale's Samoan Johnny Liotta powered over to score. Replacement Dan Mugford nailed the kick, and just like that it was a 3-point game. The match then took a lengthy pause when Tayoni Vea was treated for a nasty-looking injury, and if anything it spurred the hosts on. Delaney with 2 more penalties to extend the lead to 9. Having not won on the opening day for 9 seasons, the Falcons weren't going to do it the easy way. And when Byron McGuigan went over on his debut, the deficit was just 2, with 10 minutes to play. Then, with time running out, the visitors were given a golden opportunity to steal the points. Mugford given a tough task, but much to the delight of the home fans, he couldn't hit the target. Newcastle securing a famous win to get their campaign off to the perfect start.
The reigning Premiership and European champions got their new campaign underway at the home of rugby as they faced off against Worcester Warriors in the first instalment of the Twickenham double-header. Sarries' new boys Sean Maitland, Schaukberger and Alex Lazowski all featured from the off, and it was the latter who got the first points of the day with a regulation penalty. Ryan Lamb then levelled the match soon after, before Lazowski's radar went AWOL. 2 misses not the result Mark McCall was after from his new signing. But the former Wasp man did hit the target with a tough effort on the stroke of half-time to make it 6-3. He was very much back on song after the break though, another penalty extending the lead further before Jamie George powered over for the game's first try. Another try soon followed, the champions again with it. Rosowski set free by fellow debutant Berger to go in under the sticks. Berger would be involved again as Sarri scored their third of the match. The former Springbok going from provider to scorer, driving over from close range. The best was yet to come though. Replacement scrum half Ben Spencer with a moment he won't forget in a hurry, as he beat 3 Worcester defenders to secure the bonus point win. 35-3 the final score, Saracens turning on the style after a flat first period. With a new director of rugby in charge at the Rec, Bath made the journey to Franklin's Gardens, where the home crowd were marking Luther Burrell's 100th appearance for the club. It was an attritional first half where both teams lost key members, Toby Faletau for Bath and Ben Foden for Saints. Saints had a chance to take the lead, but Harry Malander, starting his first game at 10 in the Premiership, fluffed his lines. And at the other end, George Ford made the most of his first opportunity from the tee. The England international then added a drop goal, for Malander missed again on the stroke of half-time. Bath going down the tunnel leading 6-0. Ford carried on where he left off at the start of the second period with another penalty to make it 9-0. And another drop goal soon after made it 12, just past the hour mark. The visitors grew in confidence, and with Ford 100% from the tee, they entered the final 9 minutes with an 18-point lead. The Saints were revived by the introduction of scrum half Nick Groom, and the former Stormers 9 scored 2 tries in the final minutes of the game, both converted by Stephen Myler, to make it a nervous run into the final whistle for the side in grey. But Bath survived, giving Todd Blackadder a day to celebrate. Their first win at the Garden since 2000 in the Premiership. Final score, Saints 14, Bath 18. Bristol are back in the big time, and what a place to make their long-awaited return. They faced Harlequins at Twickenham as part of the London double-header, and after making a string of high-profile signings, it was a familiar face who shone in the early stages at Rugby HQ. Tom Vandell picking off Danny Kerr's pass to race in under the posts. Gavin Henson converted to make it 7-0. Nick Evans then pulled 3 points back with a penalty before Tusi Pisi, the older brother of Northampton's Ken and George, took advantage of some sloppy Quins play to run through from 50 metres. Somehow though, John Kingston's men would find themselves ahead at the break. Marland Yard with their first try of the new season, an uncharacteristic finish from the back of a rolling maul. And 2 minutes later, youngster Joe Marchant finished well after more great work from Yard. (15-14) at the break, but the lead would change again early in the second period. Winger Ryan Edwards not giving up on his kick through, and with the pressure well and truly on Marchant, the England under-20s man spilled the ball, allowing Edwards to touch down. The match then understandably lost its fast tempo, and it was the old head of Nick Evans who would be the hero on the day. The All Black nailing 2 penalties that were enough to secure an opening round victory for the club celebrating its 150th season. Final score from Twickenham, Harlequins 21, Bristol 19. Round 1 of the new Aviva Premiership season came to an end at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry as Wasps welcomed the Exeter Chiefs. The two sides met 4 times in all competitions last campaign, with the Chiefs winning all 3 league encounters. And it was Rob Baxter's men who made the fastest start here. Who else but Thomas Waldrom driving over for the game's first try. Henry Slade, starting at 10 ahead of last season's Golden Boot winner Gareth Steenston, converted the score, then added a penalty of his own for a 10-0 lead. The surprise selection of the day was Wasps' Jimmy Gopperth, starting outside Danny Cipriani at inside centre, but the Kiwi pulled 3 points back with a pinpoint strike on 18 minutes. Just after the half-hour mark, and the former Leicester and Newcastle man was on the score sheet again, this time with a 5-pointer, as he produced a finish that any world-class winger would have been proud of. Ollie Woodburn left backtracking as Gopeth touched down in the corner. The old saying that you're at your most vulnerable having just scored came true here though. Will Chudley put away well by Sam Hill, the impressive 9 doing well to finish. Henry Slade converted to make it 17-8 at the break. Into the second period, and Slade was on target early to make it a 12-point game before some great play from Cipriani set Wasps clear. The former Sale man with a late run blind creating a 3-on-2 that Christian Wade and Dan Robson couldn't mess up, the latter going in under the sticks. Gopeth converted to make it 20-15. With Cipriani showing class on his first outing since rejoining the club, it was his fellow debutant and former Shark Tommy Taylor who stole the plaudits. The young hooker driving over for the try that drew the home side level. Gopeth again made no mistake. His rival from the tee couldn't follow suit though, Slade missing a tough effort to retake the lead late on. With the clock winding down, Gopeth nailed another penalty to ice the game, who exact revenge for their semi-final defeat in May. Exeter though having to settle for a losing bonus point. Final score from the Ricoh: Wasps 25, Chiefs 20.